Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Sagittarians, let's go ahead and take a look at um, what is it that Sag doesn't know, doesn't see? And I'm asking that question because we've got the galaxy behind us, and the galaxy is full of mystery. So, what is a big mystery? We have shared knowledge. You give and receive teachings, wisdom, and mentoring. So, whether or not this Sag identifies themselves as a teacher or a wise individual, they may have a way about them that sometimes Sag might have a way to hit the nail on the head. They may have a way to just express a topic that makes someone think a little bit deeper. What is a teacher other than somebody who shows someone a topic and stimulates interest and creative thought and maybe the desire to learn more, and um, maybe gives them some tidbits of information that have the power to alter the way somebody sees the world. I mean, that's huge. And Sag may be doing this through a very natural flow of their life. They may not think of themselves as a teacher or a wise person or a shaman or anybody with any particular skills, yet it seems as if they find themselves in the perfect place to be able to just casually make a comment that could have a serious impact. Lots of times people don't realize that the most simple like pebble starts the avalanche, right? Um, this could be someone who's just inspired. They see Sag and they go, wow, the way Sag lives, the things that they do, I want to do something like that. I want to be more like them. I feel like I really want to go with this deck. I was almost going to ignore it, and I shouldn't ignore it because it's yelling at me. We've got Midas Touch. Okay, well, that makes actually a lot of sense here. Um, so, a lot of things that Sag does or says might be very inspirational. Things that they do or say or have interest in tend to work out. They might be a bit of a walking muse. And Sag has no idea about this about themselves in this context. They don't realize that they walk into a room and they give people a smile and they comment subtly, maybe. Yeah, right now, what I have pictured in my mind is somebody who, walks into work, and as they're tying on their apron, they casually glance over at a customer and they say, "Oh my gosh, that looks so awesome. The outfit that you're in today looks so fantastic. You should wear that to blah 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 some event." Or they say, "Wow, you look like a movie star." Well, oh, you're not one? Well, you sure should go try out for something, because man, you're dressed for it today. And that could be the thing that makes this character say, wow, maybe I should. Like, I don't know why Sag's words made me look at myself in a different light. You don't realize the power of a sincere observation and compliment. Now, not all things are going to be complimentary that are also going to be super beneficial and meaningful, right? Sometimes Sag might be able to spot something and just casually comment about, like, huh, that seems like a load of horse pucky. And they just move on with their day. But that could be the thing that somebody else needed to hear. I feel like this Sag just kind of flits around, and the things that they say, it's obvious to everyone in the room once Sag has commented. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this happens a lot in the workplace. Like, this Sag has a way about them. They say it like it is. They notice it and they just call it out, and then they go on about their day, never thinking that they might have just altered the course of the company. Sag could be like a bit of a fact finder. They could present information to the place that they work at, and they say, "Hey, just thought I'd let you know this, and this doesn't work, and it won't unless we change this, and that." And it's like, I mean, the company could have struggled with this and not known this and hit brick walls and had to bring in outside consultants. And Sag is just like, "Oh no, I was working on it and I just noticed that's not gonna that won't fly." Sag could do something where they literally work with their hands. They could do something where they work night shift. Um, this person is pretty buff, masculine or feminine. Like, they've got great arms. Whoever this Sag is, they are someone who, let's put it this way, They may have a lot of burdens to carry on their shoulders. It could be a metaphor for that, saying their arms are really strong. Could also talk about Sag has like really helping hands. It could be somebody who works night shift, caring for the elderly. Maybe they're someone who's just, like um, not maybe a professional doctor or nurse, and yet they can watch and make observations, and they're a really critical part of a care group that gives terrific information to, those higher up the food chain. And it's like, wow, because they're so on it, because they care so much, because they notice the things that are obvious, they may be instrumental in making sure that their patients get the best quality care. They could be someone who is a bit of an unsung hero. And I say that because I don't know that Sag knows just how much better they make other people's lives. Two of Swords. This Sag has a duality to them. They have, first off, whatever they do for a living is probably not what they do in their daily life. They may have a whole nother lifestyle that is, this would be the person where they could be an accountant. They could be somebody who's really good with, like numbers. They may dress very conservatively. And then when there's an opportunity to go to a Renaissance reenactment fair where they dress as pirates and, ladies in waiting and all kinds of things, they rock it. And they really could have like a duality to them that they kind of hide from others. I feel like who they are at night is not who they are in the day. This literally is like night and day difference, and this is kind of blocking it. Not everyone is permitted into the secret world of Sag. This Sag has like a fantasy world, or I feel like there's something to do with, maybe they're an avid reader and they get sucked into a whole different time frame. Maybe they feel very connected to a particular past life. Maybe that's what some of their skill set is, but they don't necessarily, I don't know, this Sag almost walks in two worlds. This is someone who, I was starting out by saying, what is it that Sag doesn't recognize? They don't recognize what a positive influence they have, but the other thing that's hidden is Sag themselves has kind of like a double life, not in a bad way, but rather there's a secondary thing that they're intrigued by, that they're interested in, that they don't share with everyone. And I think that I don't want to say that it's an escapism per se. We have a Five of Wands, we have the High Priestess in the reverse, and we have the Strength card in the upright. This could be that Sag hides from others the other half of their nature. And it could be this person is like a psychic, or they're deeply, deeply, deeply intuitive, and they can see things. That might be where their wisdom actually stems from. Maybe they feel a connection to a very specific past life era, a very specific place in time. They feel very much like a bit of a mystic and a dreamer in this to me, but they don't admit that to anybody else. It's like, no, I'm going to keep that under wraps. It's interesting though, because wherever they draw their intuitive energy from, they know that part of it. It makes them stronger. They're tapped in, and they know that maybe this is somebody who does, like, they get lost in the fantasy of like a whole, I feel like this person likes like historical romance, or historical timelines and books and things, because they feel very connected to some past life, and they don't quite admit why they're so intrigued and so interested. I feel like this person could have a very like they look really good in time period clothing that is not this era's clothing, but it comes across like they know that that's important to them, and deep down they know why they're connected to that, and they know that they draw some kind of strength and inspiration from that, but they also don't comment on that. They don't explain that part to anybody. But what's interesting is whatever the strengths and good energy is that they pull from that has a direct influence in the life that they're currently living, because many things work out really well. So it's a little bit like this person has a bit of a vision of the future, is what it seems like to me. Libra got something not quite like this, but we'll leave it in the same category. But theirs was very specific about love. We have a 9 of Wands in the reverse. I gotta say, this Sag is also recognizing that they're getting tired of something. They're about done with a certain situation that they have been, or maybe they're done hiding this. Maybe they don't want to live this dual life anymore. 9 of Cups, yeah, they kind of want to just go ahead and feel comfortable. Maybe it is like feel comfortable saying, yes, I believe in crystals. Yes, I feel like I've had a past life. Yes, I'm an intuitive. I'm an empath. Yes, I'm going to admit that in front of others. Why would I have to hide that anymore? I don't feel like hiding it. That's what it feels like. This character is ready to unveil a side of themselves because they're kind of tired of hiding it. Page of Cups. Well, here's the other part. The thing that they don't know is that um, while certainly anytime that we reveal some side of ourselves, some people will accept it, some people won't, right? And that's just a given. There's always going to be a price to pay. And it doesn't matter if, I mean, think of like the movie stars out there that are so talented, or the artists, the singers, and they're so talented, and, they sell millions of albums. But you know what? Even if they sell millions of albums, there will still be a group of people that go, oh, I can't stand that singer. Oh, hate that music. Nobody, no matter how talented, no matter how wonderful you are, is going to have 100%, claps, right? There's always going to be someone who will have something nasty to say, some hater, some group of haters. So it's like, if our Sag is kind of done withholding the fact that they are deeply intuitive, very spiritual, all of that, and they really just want to come forward and say it all. What's interesting is, although not everyone will probably support them, it could garner them a very important relationship. Someone who comes forward, who is, they're drawn to Sag specifically because of this. Maybe Sag, the act of them admitting who they really are, and the gifts that they possess, and their connection to whatever this energy is within them, that actually allows them to be very talented and very skilled in their whatever their profession is. That gift of intuition. I keep feeling somebody's a bit of a healer, somebody like works with people or animals, or they work in an industry where they have to be highly intuitive. That think of, like, even they say police officers have, like, they get that hunch, and it's like, well, really, we're talking about intuition. um it could be anything like that. But the bottom line is, they finally are just going to start admitting, yeah, I've got some particular gifts. I'm an empath. I'm this, I'm that. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say it out loud. Someone may actually feel comfortable enough to come forward and say, well, if Sag is brave enough to say that about themselves, that's going to give me the courage to come forward and tell Sag I'm really interested in them, because I trust now that the Sag is somebody who has a sensitivity to them. They're not going to laugh in my face. They're not going to make me feel like an idiot that I'm coming forward to give them this bouquet of flowers. This is somebody who either is coming in to apologize, or they're coming in to offer, make possibly a significant love offer. We have the Moon, we have the Two of Cups. So if somebody has felt drawn to our Sag, and they've felt like, there's no way I could possibly tell Sag, look, I think that you're my twin flame, you're the person I'm supposed to be with, they're finally at the point where they're like, wait a minute. If Sag is admitting that they're really intuitive, really spiritual, they're not going to think I'm weird if I come forward and say, listen, I feel this vibe about you. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a mystery to me as well. I just feel this draw towards you, and that's why I want to ask you out. Or that's why I'm interested in you. I know that it doesn't make sense, but I am. This person could be younger than Sag. Sag could be, whatever, 30s and 40s, and this person is 22, but they're like, I feel this draw. I feel this way. Um, it could be someone like that, or they're just coming in shy, because a page doesn't have to be somebody that's only in their 20s, but it could show as someone younger than Sag, who wants to make a love offer because they feel a strong connection. But it could also just be somebody who's shy to admit that they feel an inexplicable pull toward the Sag. But the whole fact that the Sag is admitting their own gifts, and the way they actually feel about their own life and their intuition, or whatever their spiritual sense is, I think that that's opening up that avenue for someone to come forward with a very spiritually motivated message. And it feels like it's somebody who admires Sag, loves Sag even, and has been really nervous to step up and say something like that. It's actually very sweet. Let me just ask, is there anything else about that person, that Page of Cups? We've got the Fool. I don't know. I mean, this looks like someone who is you notice how they're in like an outfit that looks very much like very regal, very rich. This could almost be someone who wears a uniform at work, but it could be a uniform that is, like, this could be somebody who works in a, I'm thinking like really high end, where they have like bellhops and really fancy uh, hotels and whatnot. Somebody who wears a jacket, a uniform that kind of denotes a place of luxury, I would say. And it could be interesting that this individual who seemingly, or they could hold a high level, a position of authority. I mean, it could be military, they could be, you know, the Air Force, Marine, whatever it may be, Green Beret, you name it. And yet they're also deeply spiritual. And that could be the reason why they're coming in kind of shyly, because it's like, it's not maybe accepted in their circle of work or friendship or peer group either, that they would say, I feel this pull, I feel like you're a Two of Cups to me. They might have been nervous to make this proclamation, but because Sag is in a place where they themselves are saying, look, this is who I am, this is how I feel about stuff, that's how, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not empathic when I am. I feel like it's giving this person the courage to do the same. So very interesting story on this one, guys. I've really enjoyed this one. All right, thank you so much for being here. If you guys do enjoy the channel, if you want to see more of this kind of free entertainment, please do let me know in the comment section by dropping me a message. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Those are the simplest things you can do to let me know that you want to see more Sag readings, and then I will do more Sag readings. So thank you so much for choosing to visit my channel. Bye, guys.